Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another video. We got an awesome one in store. So recently I took my girlfriend Kelly on her first ride on a 2023 Harley Road Glide ST. So before we get into it, we'll introduce Kelly real fast.
Hey everyone.
So obviously she's going to be a feature on the channel. You'll see her around in my videos when we go on some road trips, and she'll be running some cameras and helping me out with some stuff. So give her a warm welcome. We took Kelly for her first ride ever on the back of a 2023 Harley Road Glide ST. So in this video, we're gonna give you 5 things that you should know as a rider and 5 things you should know as a passenger. And then later on, we're gonna do a little roadside interview and ask Kelly what she thought about her first ride. So if you've never been on the back of a bike before and you're thinking about it, this is a perfect video for you. Or if you've never taken a passenger before, you should watch this because here are some things I think you should know. All right, so you've never been on the back of a bike before, so I'm gonna ask you now, how do you feel? Are you nervous? Are you excited? What's going on?
I'm like 50-50 because I know that it's a fast bike and that's a little intimidating for a first time passenger, but I'm excited because it's you. So I'm excited that I get to be your passenger and that's always fun. So.
I like that. She digs me.
Yes.
All right, guys, we're gonna get into it. All right, so we got you geared up and ready to go. She met me at the gas station because we had to fill up and get some fresh gas. How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah? Feeling good?
Yeah.
A couple things to keep in mind. Some helmet intercoms are best. Now, if you don't have a helmet intercom unit already, I encourage you to check out the video I did on the Cardo Packtalk Edge, which is the unit that I'm running right now. And it's the unit we got in the the helmet back there that she's wearing. So we can talk and hear each other perfectly. We also are running a secondary mic in that helmet to get you some better audio of her first reactions of being on the back of a motorcycle. This is a perfect opportunity to bring up my first point I think everybody should know. So I got this tip from someone who used to be a motorcycle cop, but when getting a passenger on the back of a bike, obviously you want to have your passenger pegs down, make sure they're ready for her. And what you're going to do is scoot forward in your seat a little bit, make sure your feet are planted all the way, grab up on your front brake as decently hard as you can. Don't death grip it, but put some good pressure on it. You know, I have 2 fingers on it and there's a decent amount of brake pressure there to hold that front end and hold me in place. The next thing I'm going to do is make sure I got a nice strong grip on my bars, and then once I'm ready, I'm going to look at her and give her the heads up signal that, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm going to scoot forward and just wait for that weight shift. There it comes right there. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so at this point, we make sure that we're in our proper seating position. Her feet are down there on the pegs, and I checked with her that she's good, so we'll start up the bike and get going. Okay, so we just got out on the road here. I didn't have my GoPro on. How are you feeling?
I feel good. It's a little chilly.
Yeah, it's a little cold today.
Colder than being in a car.
Way colder than being in a car.
Yeah.
So what do you think so far though back there? Do you feel the bike moving back and forth like this?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Good. It feels fun, kind of like a ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna brake a little bit so you'll feel kind of us going forward, which is normal.
I like to be close though, so that's good. Death grip.
That is good. Okay, there you go. All right, so one other thing I think is a good point to bring up is whenever we're stopped at a place, I always tend to keep my right hand on the bar and my brake pressed, just because if your passenger is shifting or moving around and you're not ready for it, it could throw the bike in one direction or another, and then you guys could quickly end up on the ground. This is a big bike. It's 800 pounds, you know, over 800 pounds. I have a passenger on the back. I'm, you know, not a big dude. I'm probably the smallest guy in town on a bagger, so. How do you feel about that?
Good.
Yeah, so see, that's a little bit of an acceleration pull there. I can feel that she's nice and tight. Her feet aren't going anywhere, and I'm checking in with her to make sure that she's doing okay.
Yeah, I like being able to talk to you. It would be really scary if I wasn't able to have that line of communication with you. So it definitely makes me feel a lot more comfortable as a passenger.
See, there you go, guys. There's another reason to go get yourself a Cardo Packtalk Edge. Remember, I have a discount code. It gets you 20% off. That's what we're using right now. We can play our music through it. I can answer phone calls. I can also give it voice commands, which is really cool. I need to memorize them. To be honest, I don't have them memorized yet. There's a whole list of things you can do. So how you doing back there?
Good. Feels nice.
Good.
I'm enjoying myself.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So far, based on your experience, would you do it again?
Yeah.
All right. So
Hell
we're
yeah.
winning so far, guys. Let's get away from that stuff. All right. Now, me as a rider right now, what I'm trying to do is just be as smooth as possible. I'm smooth on my throttle, smooth on my braking, and try not to do anything unpredictable or, you know, obviously, we're not trying to ride hard here. So I totally forgot to bring, okay. So we just want to pay attention to stuff like that. Make sure you're covering your brake. Yeah, oh well. All right, little bumps there. Is that all right?
Yeah, that feels okay, actually.
Okay, good. Alright, here we go. We do a little turn here, nothing too crazy.
We're just having fun.
We're just having fun. Oh, packet of Parmesan. If anybody out there gets that reference, drop it in the comments below. I want to see how well you know your comedy. Look at how beautiful that is.
I know. She's gorgeous.
I mean, imagine this, your first ride on the back of a brand new Harley, going out to this spectacular view. Like, can't beat it. I mean, come on, guys. Like, I'm doing everything here. I'm gonna win, right? Like, look at this. How can I lose? How can I lose? Lots of traffic out here today.
Just crazy. Well, I guess it is a Saturday, huh?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Pan America? No, it's not. All right, so how you doing back there?
Doing good.
Yeah? Liking
Yes.
it still?
Yeah.
Loving it?
Yeah, loving it. Loving it even. Also, it's very cold up here. It's a little colder up here than it is down there.
Yeah. Once you cross
So-
over that little hill back where that rock was at, that sign, then it gets cold.
Yeah. Have you ever seen snakes or anything spooky out here?
Actually, yeah, I have seen snakes out here. They have like green Mojaves, which are like super poisonous, I guess. Like
Oh,
some of
boy.
like the most like poisonous snakes in the world, apparently, or something. And
Yikes.
I saw one on the side of the road. I was riding. I was on the bagger. Wasn't too long ago. Of course,
Oh,
I didn't have
boy.
my GoPro running. But there was one on the side of the road that was alive, and he was like slithering, and it was a decent sized snake, and I think it was a rattlesnake.
Huh.
And that was like a little bit further down the road, maybe like a couple more minutes down the road. So they're out here. But how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Honestly, like, obviously my butt is sore. The
Right.
obvious things. But,
Right.
you know, it's a great experience, and you definitely feel connected to everything out here. It's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly. I think I would have probably thrown on maybe an extra hoodie instead of like a looser sweatshirt. But, you know, loving it, really enjoying it. I would definitely do it again.
Well, good. All right, well, we just got off the bike for the first time. You did like 10, 15 miles almost.
Yeah.
And it was a little chilly, but
Yeah.
how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I'm already warming up. My hands are already defrosting.
Yeah.
That's come with a whip.
Oh, look, here's Leonard.
They
Hello,
keep me
dear. How
so
you doing?
warm. Good. How are you?
Say hi, Leonard.
Hello, Leonard.
You'll see more of this guy on the channel too. We made it.
We did make it.
We got interrupted there a little bit by Leonard, but that's all right. He's a good friend of mine. We'll allow the interruption. A little bit cold, but that's all right. We got our Gerbing heated gear, and we do have some extra layers. You did about 10, almost 15 miles on the bike for your first ride, so what do you think?
I think it was really cold today, but it's definitely doable. I don't know if it's the bike that's so smooth, but it didn't feel super, super bumpy. I imagine on a slightly different bike that you'd feel some of those things that are, you know, more uncomfortable. So it was definitely doable. I definitely want to do it again. I just want to do it with more gear next time.
Awesome, awesome. So definitely what we learned is we got to take some more layers. We do have 2 extra layers in the bags, so we'll probably put those on for the rest of the ride. It is warming up a little bit more, so that's nice. But how did you feel overall, like in traffic? I know we weren't in traffic too much, but having cars around you, I know sometimes that can kind of make people a little bit nervous. How did that feel?
Yeah, no, it's pretty nerve-wracking, and I think it'll take a little while to get used to
Sure.
that feeling, especially being that close to cars. It just feels slightly wrong, you know? You're used to being farther away from them. So,
Yeah.
you know, excited for that to go away with time.
Would you agree? I think one of the things I always tell people is that when you ride through an environment versus driving through it, you connect to it a little bit more. And would you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll make it into the video, but I definitely said that on our way through Red Rock to this point, that you definitely feel a lot more connected. You feel all of the breeze through your hair. It's just a good time.
Nice.
So yeah, I would agree with that.
Awesome. So far, 2 thumbs up, everything's good. Awesome.
2 thumbs up. Everything is great.
Love it. All right, so I think from now what we're gonna do is we'll probably go get a cup of coffee somewhere or go get some food. We're gonna get back on the bike and put some more seat time in and get you some more miles on your riding clock.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. How do you feel now that you've had some more time doing it, getting on and off the bike? Does it make you nervous at all, or?
No, I think that once I developed a good system, it became pretty routine and it feels comfortable. So I don't get super nervous getting on or off the bike. If anything, it's more of my nerves when I'm shifting on the bike while it's in motion.
Right.
You just,
Kinda
as
moving
a passenger,
around in the
you
seat.
can't get out of your head that it's gonna interrupt what you're trying to do
Right.
or get in the way of it. But
Right.
no, you do a pretty good job of making me feel stable. At least I don't know if he is experiencing any kind of wiggling or squirming.
Yeah, and I mean, from the rider perspective, you do notice a little bit of the input in there when your passenger moves a little bit, and it definitely does make a minor, impact on the course of the bike. So it is something to keep pay attention to and tell your passenger, oh, hey, try not to be squirming around, because it will make a difference. So I think this is another perfect example. I think this is probably number 3 in my list of points here, is at least for what we did, is we picked what side we're always going to get on and off the bike. So that way there's never a surprise of she got off on the right side, but she got on the bike on the left side. We've always picked to get on and get off on the bike on the left side.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good point. Discuss with your passenger which way you want to get on and off, and try and pick one side so that way you're not caught off guard. That's a really easy way for that weight shift to catch you off guard, and you end up on the ground. So.
Yeah, and I do feel like it's one less step that we have to include.
I'm in public.
There's Jack Baker.
What are you doing?
Make sure you're checking on your passenger pretty frequently. You know, one thing that I did a lot when we were riding is I would always check in on her and say, hey, you know, how you doing? You know, how are you feeling? You know, you want to make sure that the ride is enjoyable for them. It's not necessarily about you today. You know, if you get on that bike expecting that you're going to get out there and, you know, hammer corners and, you know, ride lights out like you're on a track or something, that's the wrong mentality to have about it, and your passenger's not going to enjoy it. And it's one thing to risk your own safety, but putting somebody else at risk, it's not okay. So the point of riding together is enjoying it together and seeing things. So I think that's what we're accomplishing here. Would you agree?
Yeah, and I had a good time. I appreciate him taking all of that into consideration because it definitely makes it a way better experience.
There you go, guys. Well, I think that's pretty much it. We've covered a lot of things. I'm sure I'll have more things to say as we have more experience riding together. We're planning out some road trips for summer and doing some stuff later on down the road as events come around and we get Kelly here a little bit more comfortable on the back of the bike. So I think we're going to leave this video here, guys. If you like this content and you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Leave me a comment too, as it helps out in the algorithm massively. What did you guys think about this? You want to see more of Kelly? You want to see more stuff like this? Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, that's it for us. We'll see you in the next video.
I'ma show you my sparkles, baby.